We meet again.
How you doing, Matt?
Okay, bud. How are you?
Pretty good.
Trying to attend as many of these as I can. I was just honestly really happy to find out that the reentry councils existed and that West Virginia Reach was out there. Jonathan, when I worked up at the Workforce Development Board here in Huntington,
Uh-huh.
I asked that question of who handles reentry in West Virginia. Nobody knew.
Well, I know, see, I've only been with Reach about April will make a year, but I know Reach has been around for at least 5, maybe 6 years now.
Yeah,
So, and a lot of places know that we exist.
yeah, yeah. I was surprised that. I mean, it came as a very happy surprise. One of the employees there referred somebody to us here in Huntington, and we have that participant placed right now in their training as we speak. So happy to do. Are you familiar with our program?
Who are you with again now?
So I'm the director of senior services with Southwestern Community Action Council, and what we do in Huntington, what
Okay.
we do is we help people over the age of 55. It's the Senior Community Service Employment
Hmm.
Program. We help people who's over 55 who are low income, unemployed, looking for work. We help them by providing them with paid job training
Okay.
to help upskill them to find them employment. And it is paid job training. What we do is we partner with other nonprofits and government organizations. They help provide training sites for our participants, and essentially they get free labor in exchange for providing the training to upskill the participants. So if somebody's interested in, say, doing office work, but maybe not familiar with Excel and Outlook, and we would
Kim,
assign them to
Kim,
a training
hold on a sec.
site. Go ahead.
Close that door for me. Thank you.
We'd assign them to a training site to train up to 29 hours a week at minimum wage until we got their resume to a point that we could find them employment to get them into a much better situation than what they are. But they
That
are
sounds pretty,
receiving income while they're training.
that sounds pretty good because I know West Virginia Adult Education, they offer free training for where's it? I have my folder. Oh, here you go. I got the folder right here. So they offer free training on all the Microsoft Office specialists, the MOS,
Hmm.
Internet Computing and Core Certification, CSM Learn, develop deep practical quantitative reasoning skills, problem solving mindsets, uh, and then through the customer's eyes, basically, getting someone to work and letting them, have interaction with people to, like if they have don't have good people skills, I guess you could say.
Right. And that's one of the benefits of our organization too, because when we place participants at job sites, they learn a lot of transferable skills.
Right.
How to time management, meeting deadlines, just the type of attire. And we do supportive services too to help provide our participants with clothes for work. We help provide food, help provide a lot of other assistance for them. In this day and age, finding a job is certainly more than just submitting a resume. A lot of the
Right.
folks we serve, have trouble paying their utility bills, and it's hard to really concentrate on finding a job if you can't pay your electric bill. So,
Now,
we do a lot of that type of work.
do you help all individuals, people uh, that are justice impacted, or I mean,
Yes. So this is a Department of Labor grant program, and one of the targets we have as an organization is to serve those most in need. And
okay,
Justice Impacted is one of those factors, along with veterans get priority of service, justice impacted risk of homelessness or homelessness. So our goal is to serve those who are most in need. And it's that's actually tracked by the Department of Labor as to how many individuals we serve that have been justice impacted.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, we serve 40 counties in West Virginia, four counties in Kentucky. The territory um, that we don't serve is served by the state subgrantee, which is HRDF in Charleston and a few other areas, but we cover part of Kanawha as well.
All right. Good morning, everyone.
Hey, John,
Yeah, I was having some issues getting in. I thought that I was supposed to be going in through the website, but I guess that's not necessary anymore.
I usually go in through the calendar. If you have the Zoom calendar come up, it'll come through there.
Okay. Well, your predecessor had me going in through the website for whatever
Okay.
reason, and I thought that's what we were doing, but that's okay. Um, all right. Well, it's good to see everyone this morning, and sorry I'm a little bit late, but I see most familiar faces, but I do see some unfamiliar names. Um, why don't we get started by just going around the table here? I know there's probably some more that are going to be coming in. This is going to be a very interesting discussion. And I'm not familiar with this program that Dr. Bullock is going to present. I got a little bit of a flavor of it a couple of days ago, and I think you'll find it interesting. Um, why don't we go around? I'll start, and then Jonathan, and then we'll go around with Matthew, McCarty, and Leah, and so forth. And Kenny, I see you there. All right, good to see you. I saw you yesterday, but at a distance, at the Capitol. You didn't, I don't know if you saw me, but I saw you.
Yeah, mine.
Okay.
No, I didn't see you. Otherwise, I would have stopped and said hi.
Okay. All right. Well, my name is John Sylvia. I'm the chair of this particular Reentry Council, the Kanawha Community Reentry Council, and I'm also a pastor on the west side of Charleston, West Virginia, St. Paul AME Church, and I also work for the legislature um, as well. And I've been there going on 31 years now, actually over 31 years. This is really not out of my state job. This is something that I've gotten into through my church ministry. So I've been involved in prison ministry and reentry for quite a while. Jonathan.
I'm Jonathan Spence. I am the community re-engagement specialist here for the Reach Initiative. I'm also a Reach Back navigator. Uh, I'm just as impacted, and I do whatever I can to help others out.
Matthew.
I'm Matthew McCarty. I'm director of the Senior Community Service Employment Program with Southwestern Community Action Council. Sometimes the program's referred to the Mature Worker Program, 55 and older. We help individuals who are over 55 who are low income, unemployed, and looking for work. We help provide them with paid job training to help upskill them, and we work to find them employment. And we operate in 40 counties in West Virginia, including Kanawha.
Is that I'm trying to remember, is it the senior, is that a state agency?
There's a state agency too. It's a Department of Labor grant. HRDF and Nancy Shepard handles Kanawha County as well.
Okay.
for the state. We are part of the National Grantee Program through the National Council on Aging, and
Okay.
we
Yeah,
manage.
I'm familiar with Ms. Shepherd and that
Yeah,
program. I was just trying to kind of make a connection because I know there's a Bureau of Senior Services. Is that are you connected anywhere with them?
no, not connected
Okay.
to the Bureau of Senior Services.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, but Miss Shepherd and I share some territory, like Kanawha and Raleigh. We
Okay.
both have allotments from the Department of Labor in those counties, and we
Okay.
have participants now in Kanawha County as well that are working.
Okay. Well, is this the first time you've been on
It
this
is.
one?
It
Okay.
is. We had a referral in Wayne County up here from a justice impacted individual that we brought on. And so I met with Beverly Sharp and was able to learn more
Okay.
about the REACH initiative and was able to get an invite to the council meeting. So I'm thrilled to be here.
Okay. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you as well. Glad to have you with us. Aaliyah, uh, you're familiar, but just
Yeah.
not to everybody, baby.
Yep. So my name is Aaliyah Tanner. I am from Disability Rights of West Virginia. We are the federally mandated protection advocacy group for people with disabilities in the state. I am specific to the CAP and the PABS program, which pretty much work with individuals that have disabilities that have barriers to employment that are due to their disability. So like people that are going through Division of Rehab Services, Social Security beneficiaries, saying they don't have to be on Social Security to have a disability and have a barrier to employment. So pretty much if it is a disability related employment barrier and they're having some issues, they need an accommodation, training, something like that, and their bosses aren't working with them, then that's where we come in. I did put our website in the chat for people who aren't familiar with disability rights, and I recommend everybody check it out. There's loads of resources for people to be able to self-advocate,
Hmm.
our brochures, and it also has a breakdown of each one of our programs. Because we have programs that are specific to TBI, mental illness, developmental disability, um, individual rights. It just depending on the best fit. There is also under the self-advocacy tools a nonverbal communication card, and that it was created with a lot of different groups. So for anyone who might become nonverbal, they can communicate with first responders. There is also a visor card. These are PDFs that anyone can print off. For people who are driving who may be nonverbal or hard of hearing, um, to keep in their vehicle. So if they do get pulled over by police officers, they can effectively communicate with the officer about why they got pulled over and what they need to do, you know, to keep that good communication going.
Wow. I'm trying to remember. There's a gentleman that Rick. I can't remember his last name, but he sometimes has been on. And I think he works with the rehab um, the state rehab.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember the full name of it, but thank you so much, Aaliyah. That sounds. I mean, there's a lot involved in that for sure. And,
Mm-hmm.
Benjamin Shrive.
Yeah, good morning. My name's
Morning.
Ben Shreve. I am the peer recovery sports specialist here at West Virginia State University. I'm with West Virginia Collegiate Recovery Network, an organization that's funded through Marshall University Research Corporation. So I know there's a lot of names there, but I'm also partnered with here just recently West Virginia Drug Intervention Institute, and I will be assisting another part-time peer. Um, in the Dunbar and Institute area, in the surrounding area of West Virginia State University. We'll be doing some outreach work, prevention education, so on and so forth. Um, I am also justice impacted, and I have a strong interest in reentry in the state of West Virginia. So,
Very good. Very good. And that's what this is all about. And I think you've been on here before, Ben, if I remember. Yeah. So good to have you with us.
I have, yep,
Yeah.
glad to be here.
I'm going to have Dr. Bullock hold off until she's ready to present. Will you need to share your screen? I think you
Yes.
said, yeah, okay. And Jonathan will make that available. Um, but we have another familiar face, Kenneth Matthews.
Hey, Reverend Sylvia. So I'm Kenny Matthews. I'm the West Virginia Economic Justice Associate for American Friends Service Committee. I do legislative advocacy around criminal law reform, recovery, reentry, also anything that criminalizes poverty around the state. And work American Friends Service Committee is an international nonprofit that deals with just economies, just migration, and just peace. Um, and I put my contact information in the chat as well as a link to our West Virginia Criminal Law Reform Coalition Facebook page. And so I advocate and try to stop legislation that increases penalties for offenses in the state, as well as advocate for a more holistic and person focused reentry and criminal laws in the state.
Right. And before I forget, and I want to see if you might make yourself available in April. Um, or March. I'm not sure when. Yeah, maybe even March, just to kind of do what you did last year. Just kind of go over some of the legislation that may have really had a significant impact, or just really even just go through the legislative um, process that they what bills didn't make it, what bills made it, what bills, important bills and that sort of thing. You did a great job last year, and so as many of you all know, today is the first day of the legislative session, and the chaos begins. uh,
Yes, it does.
but in any case, there's going to be under consideration a number of bills that will be impacting reentry and justice reform and so forth. And so we're hoping we've had some years, like about 10 years ago, there was just a wave of criminal reform that took place, and we've experienced. It's kind of cooled off a little bit, but from time to time. So we're hopeful that there are going to be some meaningful laws implemented this year. And so Kenny, just let me know if you'll be available for either March or April, whichever you think would be the better month. Just email me or text me. You've got my telephone numbers. Just let
Yeah,
me know which is good.
sure, no problem.
Danica Brown, another familiar face.
Didn't I see you a few days ago? And don't I usually
Yeah.
see you on Sundays?
Oh my goodness.
Good morning, Pastor. How are you?
Oh well.
My name is Danica Brown. I work with the Division of Corrections and Rehabilitation. I assist with housing, employment, um, our population takes attending training and programming in the community. For example, the Batterer Intervention Prevention Program, relapse prevention programming, and I also assist with um, developing partnerships to obtain housing for our difficult to house population. And I also assist with establishing long-term care for our population that needs that type of care when they are released from our custody as well.
Yeah, she's the go-to person if you have anything dealing with corrections, then employment and housing, that sort of thing. She's a go-to person. Um, we have Kyla Mullahan.
Hi, everyone. This may be my first time making it to this Kanawha County meeting, so I appreciate you guys having me. My name is Carla Mollahan. I am with WellPoint. I'm a health promotion consultant with WellPoint. We're one of the Medicaid managed care organizations in the state. I work as a health promotion consultant, so I travel around 19 counties in the state and do health education presentations I also work with our employment services program. So if you are working with a WellPoint member who has employment needs or education needs, if we can help out with things like laptops, we can help out with some extra job searching. Unfortunately, I don't have access to any special job listings, but I can do some of the footwork on or the keyboard work on looking up some listings for things that they may be interested in and may be qualified for.
Well, nice to have you with the Kala. Yeah, you didn't your name didn't sound familiar to me, and so welcome to this CNAR, Reentry Council. And
Thanks.
I think you might find Dr. Bullock's presentation interesting. This might fit into some of the things you're doing. And D. Anthony with
Hi, Deanna
Dismiss.
Anthony. I work at Dismiss Charities, which is a federal halfway house. I'm the employment placement specialist. So I make sure like they have their documentation, and resumes and stuff like that, and they're ready to find employment.
You guys do a great work, and we appreciate you. James.
Hello, everybody. My name is James Lynch. I apologize about my laptop camera, but again, my name is James Lynch. I'm a program specialist with Pathway Academy. It's a program under the KISRA umbrella, and we support reentry focused education and programming for justice impacted individuals. I've also been justice impacted myself, so it's an honor to be here.
Good to have you with us. And Brian.
Yes, my name is Brian Howard. I'm currently a concerned citizen, but starting next week, I will be a reentry liaison with Jobs and Hope, covering the facilities in the central and southwestern part of the state. So I was just really anxious and excited to come and meet some folks and see some faces that we'll be dealing with over the next several years, I hope. And just wanted to come and introduce myself and see who the key players are in the area, and just wanted to say that I'm excited to get started and really hoping to make an impact.
Sounds good. Glad to have you with us in Jobs and Hopes. You're doing great work as well. And I think you might find this presentation interesting as well. Kristen Olson, you're the one who introduced me really to Dr. Bullock. So introduce yourself.
Yes, of course. Thank you. My name is Kristen Olson. I am a program manager at KISRA of Pathway Academy, which is our new reentry program. I'm also justice impacted. I've had family members that are justice impacted, and so the mission's close to my heart. I'm just glad to be here today. Looking forward to hearing Ms. Bullock's presentation.
Very good. Good to have you back with us. And we enjoyed your presentation last month. And thank you so much for introducing me to Dr. Bullock. We've had some conversations, and this is very enlightening. And I think it will be very helpful. And I think the last one is D. Gilmore, also with Dismiss.
Hi, I'm Danielle Gilmore. I'm a counselor with Dismiss Charities. I've only lived in West Virginia for about 7 months, so I wanted to join here to get to know the resources in the community and be able to help my residents a little bit more and see what's available to them.
Great. Okay. Well, welcome everyone. I want to now allow Dr. Sylvia Bullock to come on. I've had, as I said, last month, her name came up. We were encouraged to invite her on this reentry council for this meeting. There was the mention of a neighborhood app, and Kristen kind of gave a brief understanding of it, but I thought we really need to have Dr. Bullock come on. She serves as the relationship manager at Flick Shop, and And so her role is to strengthen partnerships with nonprofits and government agencies, schools, community organizations, to promote equity, connection, and opportunities for justice impacted individuals. I talked to her a couple of times, and I really find this app and what she's doing to be very interesting. I think could be very helpful to organizations who are trying to reach out to those who are currently behind, that are in prison. And that may be just about ready to come out and be released or so forth. And so I think that this would be a valuable tool. So I'm going to allow her now to briefly introduce herself any further than I have already. And Jonathan will allow her to share her screen.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. And thank you so very much, John Silva, for inviting me to come and share with the Reentry Council for this meeting today. And also, I'd like to thank the leadership over at Kisra. I hope I'm saying that right, with Kristen and James and all of those who are engaged there. And I'm just happy to be here to be able to share a little bit about the work that we do here at Flick Shop. And let me just first say that Flick Shop started as a result of my son, Marcus Bullock, at the age of 15. He and his friend decided that it was okay to go out and steal a man's car, to carjack this gentleman. And I want you to also remember the name of Marcus's co-defendant. His name is Reginald Dwayne Betts, and he's doing phenomenal work out across the country, now a lawyer and a poet, Reginald Dwayne Betts, and you can Google him along with Marcus Bullock. But as a result of their making this horrible decision, Marcus ended up and Dwayne at a maximum security prison at the age of 15. They were tried as adults, and 8 years in maximum security in the state of Virginia. And during his time there, he actually thought that the lawyer and the judge and his mom would be able to help him get out of this, horrible, situation that he was currently in. And so it wasn't until about a year into it, he thought he was going to come home for Christmas and Thanksgiving and go to the homecoming, gathering and all those things that happened in school. And then after a year there, he realized that he was going to be there and have to do 8 years. And at that time, he decided, that he didn't want me to visit. He didn't want me to send him any money. He just wanted to disconnect totally. Put him in a really very depressive state at the age of 16. And so I determined at that time that I would write him every day. And I would sit at my desk at the FDA Medical Library at lunchtime and just write him a letter or send him pictures of anything that was going on within our life, home with my daughter, with the church, food that I was eating, just sent him places that we were going to go, things that he would be able to do. I bought a new car. And I would send him pictures of everything. And so to help him to understand that there is a bright side and you will be coming home. And it did work. He eventually came out of that very depressive state. And when he finally did come home, those he left behind, they were calling him to say, Marcus, what's going on? How are you doing? What are you doing now? You got married. We want to know what you're doing. And so he developed this app called Flick Shop. And Flick Shop, it's a mobile app. You download it and you're able to send a postcard to anyone in any federal, state, or county facility. And as a result of that, in 2012, the Flick Shop app, he determined that not only did he want family members to be connected with their loved ones by sending postcards, but organizations could get engaged, because when Marcus came home, I had no idea of the different reentry organizations and places to go to get assistance to help with this process, because it's really a lot for persons coming home. And so we developed what we call the Flick Shop neighborhood. The Flick Shop neighborhood allows organizations to connect with those persons who are incarcerated by sending letters. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this slideshow to work. Pardon me for 1 second. So the Flick Shop neighborhood allows organizations to educational organizations, employment, community organizations to connect with those persons who are behind the wall, those who will be coming home, and we call it the Flick Shop Neighborhood Plus. And so when John Silva asked me about coming today, I just wanted to share a little bit about the Flick Shop Neighborhood Plus allows organizations to be able to stay connected with sending postcards or letters. But also as an organization, we do what we call team events where organizations are able to come together and together send out postcards to people who are incarcerated. So we have the Flick Shop app, you can download it. And the other great thing about the Flick Shop app is that you can send your mom or your grandma or your auntie or people that are on the outside, you can send them a postcard to let them know. Just upload any picture that you have on your phone and 300 characters or less, you can create a postcard and send that to anyone who is anyone who is incarcerated or your neighbor next door. And so this is what the picture here you see is what the postcard actually looks like. You upload a picture, 300 characters or less, you're able to write a message. Thinking of you, we love you, we praying for you, looking forward to you coming home. Any kind of encouragement message that you think persons behind the wall or your neighbor would love to hear from you. So we have downloaded the Flick Shop app and been able to send postcards, being engaged with the Flick Shop neighborhood, plus that will allow organizations to be able to send mail into facilities and let them know the work that you're doing. We have a number of organizations who send monthly newsletters into various facilities across the country. And so we believe that it's so critically important that we stay connected with those who are on the inside. So the Flick Shop neighborhood is our new tool, and we're hoping that organizations will take advantage of using that. For persons who are incarcerated, I don't know how much you know, and some of you may have just as impacted, realize that at 4 o'clock in the afternoon across the country, receiving mail is like hitting the lottery. It's like someone is thinking about me. And so that's why we, are really, really pushing hard to get people to understand, even though it's snail mail for now because of the technology, people behind the wall, people incarcerated would love to receive mail coming in. And they love to hear their name called, that somebody is thinking about them. So the Neighborhood Plus allows you that opportunity to do that. It's a mailing campaign where you're able to send postcards or letters into various facilities. So you can do postcards and you can send a letter, a newsletter. The postcard is 1 credit, and 1 credit is $1.59. And for a letter, 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper is 2 credits, and so you would pay $3.18 per envelope to send a letter or a newsletter into someone. So it's a campaign that an organization can engage in, and you can decide the type of campaign that you're interested in doing, whether it's a postcard or if you're interested in sending a letter. All of this is automated, and you can actually use individuals that are already in our system to build out an audience. We have over 15,000 persons who are saying that they want to receive mail, and we want to let them know that we're thinking about them. And the organizations in West Virginia are ready to let them know exactly what's going on with them. So we look forward to you being able to, give us thought about doing using Flick Shop to let persons know. The key benefits behind using this app is the opportunity to get reports and choosing a particular audience. Say you may want to just send your information out to persons who recently received their GED, or someone who has a PhD, or Hispanics, or Blacks, or Catholic, or Methodist, any group that you're interested in. Their family member has registered them so that they can receive mail, and you can build an audience out of those individuals that we have within our platform to send them mail. And so once again, it works. You build an audience, or if you have individuals that you want to send mail, you can import your contact list. You create a campaign. It can either be postcards or newsletters. And then the wonderful thing about is that you are able to get data. You're able to get reports. You get to know exactly where you sent your mail, who you sent that mail to, whether it's on the East Coast or the West Coast, or however that mail is, that your campaign, you're able to get data to analyze all of the reports there for you. And this top screen up here basically is just showing you how you'll go through the platform to use the app itself. You upload, if you're going to do a postcard, you upload a picture, 300 characters or less, you write your message, and you're able to send that. And then at the bottom screen is where you would upload a newsletter or a letter, and you would be able to do a postcard with that, special touch. And February is coming up, and for a number of organizations, people are already preparing to send Valentine's cards, just to let people know that we love you, we're thinking of you, and they're sending postcards. And so the campaign types, once again, postcards and documents. And the great thing about even with doing your shipment is flexibility. So you can decide, a month in advance or a couple months in advance when you want your shipment to go out. You can schedule your shipment. You can decide, maybe you want to do it monthly or bi-monthly or weekly or, bi-weekly. Are you able to do that with the app? So once again, it's flexible shipping. Or you may want to do just a one-time shipment of postcards or letters. So it's all very easy to use on the platform. This screen here, when you go into using the actual platform itself, it allows you to see the different audiences that you can build from. And you can choose the audience that that you're interested in, whether it's younger folks or even elderly. It depends your message and what you want to send out. So you can build your audience and leverage our data that we have in there to upload even addresses or use those that we have within there. And all of this, as you're walking through the platform, is allowing you that opportunity to build your audience, connect with people that you really don't know, and they won't know who you are unless, you won't know who they are unless they respond back to any information that you send out to them. So once again, you can build your audience, you can receive reports. There's a breakdown of the location and the various facilities across the country where you are able to get reports on where you sent your mail to. And once again, here you have within the platform the breakdown of gender, religious, and sexual orientation. All of this, if you want to just build an audience to send out a batch of newsletters or postcards to individuals who are incarcerated. For using this platform, it's a subscription platform. It's a monthly fee for $99. And each month, when you make your order, you still are receiving, we give you 75 free credits in addition to your actual order. No matter how many you send out, you will get 75 free credits to be able to complete your subscription. And so that's a part of what we have here at Flick Shop, the Flick Shop neighborhood. And then we have the Flick Shop resource director that we would love for a number of your organizations to be a part of. And that would just simply mean you would create a profile, go into the Flick Shop app and create a profile. And we'll get information about the work that you do and create a special resource directed within our Flick Shop app. And that is absolutely free. You don't have to pay for that. So if you have any questions, I will entertain. And if I'm unable to answer you, I will definitely email you or give you a call to make sure that you're clear on the work that we do. Thank you so very much.
Well, thank you. Really, thank you for you and your son putting something like this together. I find this amazing, and I want to open it to any questions that are out there. But I want to emphasize something that Dr. Bullock said as well from my experience. I have not been justice impacted in my life, but I do have a few family members that have, and I can tell you that there's something about getting mail, um, and there's no question about it. When people are just kind of isolated from society, and when they get something, they immediately contact me back. And the technology has taken off in such a way where I have an app that I have that allows me to text message individuals, and I have a good number of people that I'm in contact with, and it just helps them to feel connected with the outside world, and it really does help them from a mental standpoint, a spiritual standpoint. It's just an incredible, valuable thing. And so I was amazed to hear this prior to today. And so I'm sure that some of you have some questions. Some of you have organizations that this might be. I can see this being of value for organizations that are trying to reach out to some of the prisons here in West Virginia, just to let them know when you get out that there are some resources out there that can be of service to you and
Yeah.
help you get a job and that sort of thing. So, does anyone have any questions? Open up at this time. If you would just unmute yourself um, and ask Dr. Bullock any questions you might have.
I'd like to start by saying that you did a wonderful presentation. And while you were showing your PowerPoint, I was looking at the website and the company and the employees and some of the things that you've done. And it looks really nice. And the website is really user friendly. It looked welcoming. There were a lot of bright colors. And I was speaking to my supervisors, and I told them after I finished this meeting, there were some things from this that I wanted to run by them to see if possible we could meet with you to see how this could possibly assist us with our population.
Absolutely, Danica. I am definitely looking forward to an opportunity to share. And I did put my information in the chat there so you can call or email me at any time. Yeah.
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 Yeah, that's interesting. I think um, I did have some other questions too, but I find it really fascinating. I know, like I said, it wasn't until Kristen Olson talked to us about it last month, and never heard of it. And I just think a person getting this kind of mail and giving them some hope that when they get out, that there are some resources out there that can assist them. Um, uh, Dr. Bullock, can you? It sounded like you made a statement about that they are able to communicate back or respond to some of the things that they're receiving.
Well, yeah, it would be up to the individual who has received the mail. They
Right.
are able to contact the organization, and that's what we're hoping, especially for our Flick Shop neighborhood, the resource directory. If we have organizations that are on the call today be a part of the Flick Shop neighborhood, a postcard is generated and goes to individuals. You can people family members are able to send their loved one a postcard to talk about the organizations that are in their community to make them aware that these are resources. This is a place where you can go when you come home. I've already been in touch with them, and I know that they're there and they'll be helpful for us as a family unit. And so yeah, that's an opportunity that I would hope and I look forward to, especially the organizations that are on here to become a part of the Flick Shop directory, the resource directory.
Kenny, you had a question?
Yeah. First of all, thank you, Dr. Bullock, for your presentation on Flickshot. I thought I heard about it before. And I was looking at things. I was like, yeah, I've heard about this before in other states. Is there from what I understand with Flickshop, you have to have the contact information for the individual on which you want to send the postcard or whatever for, like their DLC number in order to send it to them. Is there any thoughts about, especially when you're dealing with the neighborhood stuff, about having it as kind of a bulk mailing that goes to the entire inmate population that is currently within that state system versus trying to pinpoint individuals? Because I was thinking about, like, maybe there's an for like my organization, for instance, all right, like let's say there's a law that's about to be voted on that would have direct impact to the inmate population, or there's a news report or a article that came out in the newspaper that the inmate population should be aware of, and not everybody has access to that stuff. So be able to send out, that postcard or that mailer to the entire population, um, without having to like individualize this inmate, this person's ID number, and that kind of thing, would be great. Is that available or an option with yours, or do you have to have the contact information for that individual?
Yeah. So within Flickshop, you would definitely have to have, we have within our database individuals with their DLC number, correct, right? And so that's because a family member has said that their loved one wants to receive mail. That's the only way that we have information for individuals. But to send out something, to an institution, just to everybody within an institution and at a mailroom, no, we don't have that capability of doing that kind of thing. Yeah. It's that person has to be a part of our database in order to receive the mail.
Okay, so basically, the individuals that you are aware of, that if a person was sending a postcard, they would need to know the prison number, the ID number for that individual,
Correct.
and the name, and I'm assuming the name as
Yeah,
well.
absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
They have to have the DLC number and their first and last name to
Right.
be able to say, and we have a lot of people that are in our database. And I don't know of all the facilities in West Virginia, but we do have the federal, state, county facilities, and those that are there, then we could send out a mass mailing to all of them in all of those facilities in West Virginia, if you will.
Mhm.
We could do something like that, Kenny Matthews.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So if you wanted to reach out everyone in a particular facility, are you saying that it could be done without having knowledge of everyone's ID numbers? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that we had those individuals in
that are
our
that are in that
database.
facility.
So they're in that facility and they are saying that they want to receive mail. Loved ones have said that they want to receive mail, and so I don't know what it looks like. I really could have looked at West Virginia to see the various facilities that we already are in, where we know that people are receiving mail through Flick Shop. But I could definitely, research that and get back to you to let you know what it looks like for those facilities in West Virginia.
Right. Now we had a meeting a few months ago, and we talked about an app. It's called the Getting Out app, and
Mm-hmm.
we talked about that late last year. And for those who were present at that meeting, that app does allow you to do a search. Um, in a facility, a particular facility in almost any state, and you can get the DOC ID number. I've done it several times, so the Getting Out app would be really um, useful for you if you by chance did not know. Now, of course, your loved one knows that number. They know it because it's input in front of them every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And so they can get that number to you. And keep this in mind that right now the technology is allowing, and most DOCs are allowing the incarcerated to have iPads that allow them to text message out so they can get messages to the relevant information. Um, I know that I am in contact with people that I've never seen quite often through Getting Out, mainly because people that I do know have been given my information, and now they're contacting me through someone else. I have quite a number of people that are incarcerated, not only here, but I have a family member that's incarcerated in Arizona in a federal prison. And so, word of mouth gets around. They say, "Hey, I heard that you helped so and so. I want to know, you might be able to help me." And I was given your contact information. So, getting the DOC number is not that difficult. Anyone have any other thoughts or questions?
On a follow up, Dr. Bullock, you mentioned that you guys have a database. So could it be something where like our organization contacts you and says, all right, for your database of individuals in West Virginia, we want to send this mailer to everyone that's on your database and do it that way versus, sending it to a facility or trying to do it that way or having a bunch of people uh, try to figure out how to get a bunch of people to register in the database.
Yeah, yeah. You build that audience, and you would just click, in West Virginia, and click on those individuals that are there to receive mail. So there's absolutely no problem with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
the technology allows you to do that.
Yeah. And word of mouth, it's like wildfire. One person gets something, and then, they, other people know about it, and it just spreads. That's interesting. That's interesting. Um, you mentioned that there were some organizations. Is Kisra using
Yes.
this? Kisra, Kristen, can you kind of share some things?
Yeah, sure.
We're about
So
10 minutes.
we're presently James we're getting all the contacts that we've met at job fairs that we go to at local places, and then we have the names and the information. So we're creating our contact list right now, and as our program launches, we're planning to send postcards to everyone that we've contacted before to let them know that our program is launching. So we're excited about that, and it's really encouraging because when we interact with people at a job fair, we give some hope, excitement. We hope to greet them when they come out or connect them to services if they need. But it's then you're gone, but Flickshop gives us the ability to stay in contact and to keep. So we haven't actually been able to send anything yet, but we're in the process of building our contact list and getting everything in there so that we can. And it's great. We're really excited and grateful.
Yeah, Kristen, you guys were one of the first organizations to be a part of the Flickshop Resource Directory, because that's something that we just recently launched. So we are very excited about that. And organizations that are here now, we're looking forward to you guys joining so that people in the area will know that you're there and you're available. And it's free. It's free. Download the app. It's free. We just want people to know about Flickshop and go to the resource directory and know about your organization and understand the work that you do. And so I'm certainly hoping that all of you will consider becoming a part of the Flickshop family by being a part of the resource directory.
Well, I downloaded the app last week, I think it was, at your encouragement, and I'm exploring it and getting used to it. I'm gonna see how I might be able to take advantage of it. Like I said, I think a lot of us have, if we haven't been, we're either impacting, justice impacted, or we know people who are in our family, friends, and so forth. And I can't say enough of how important it is for people to receive contact, you know, postcards, pictures. Um, the one thing, and I don't know this, how this works as well, Dr. Bullock, because I know through the Getting Out app, when I can send pictures. There's an individual that was incarcerated. That person's out now, but when the person was in, I was able to send some pictures of his family. But there were occasions in which the DOC would censor some of those and would say they're not allowed. And then there were others that they did allow. And sometimes I didn't understand why. And I did find out that, in some cases, if the person is given some kind of a sign or something, that they might consider that a gang signal. And so they disallow that. And and your postcards, and when you send pictures, are you concerned, or do you run into that problem?
Yeah, so I actually do the work with the postcards, and one of the things that we have the technology that's supposed to catch like nudity, but sometimes it misses it, and so I have to actually make sure that there are no nudities. I look to see if there are no gang signs. They don't want sending pictures that had money in it, those kind of things. So we actually go through and look at each postcard before we actually mail it out in hopes that it will get through. Occasionally, one may slip out, but for the most part, our mail goes through. And we are aware of those facilities that don't even allow postcards. And then there are a lot of facilities that outsource their mail, where it goes to another area and then it's mailed to the individuals and they see them on their tablets or whatever. So there's a lot to the mail that goes in and out of facilities, and all of them are different. Every facility seemingly has a different, set of standards and guidelines that you have to follow by. So that's one of my interesting calling on, various facilities and making sure that the Flickshop postcards are allowed. And for some of them, we are on a special what's the word I want to use? I can't think of the word. I'm lost for the
An
word.
acceptance list, or you're on a favorable list,
something like
something like
yeah.
that.
Do you have an MOU with some of those
Yes,
facilities? A
exactly.
memo of
Yeah,
understanding?
yeah,
I figured that's
Exactly.
what you were
yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
Right. We have that. So and they don't have any problem with the Flickshop mail. It just comes through and they receive without any problems. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I tell you, I sent some pictures that I said, okay, certainly this is not going to be a problem. I had the picture with a white background, nothing, and it didn't go through. And I get no explanation. It just simply says it's a. But then, I say probably 60% of the time they go through without a problem. But then there's sometimes with the pictures, and if it's a group picture, like the person's children and some friends, and it might just be one person in there doing something that the DOC just objects to, and I don't get it. So, but it's
And
unfortunate.
sometimes in the mailroom, they just having a bad day and they don't want to be bothered. I'm telling you, it happens. They are not
Yeah.
always as kind as we would love for them to be, right?
Yeah.
The job.
Yeah. Uh, but it doesn't seem like it's a significant problem, or you're trying to overcome that.
We're doing really well with our mail going through, and like I said, a number of them we do have MOD, so we don't have that problem with a number.
Great, great,
With
great. Well, we're coming up on the hour, and if there's any other questions or thoughts, before we but
accepted postcards and of course letters. Yeah.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna be going through the app. I do have people that I think would love to get a postcard, and and so and I guess the content sometimes even if when I send stuff that has no pictures, even what you're saying is reviewed by DOC, and so you have to be careful about what it is you're writing, because I do know that it will be in a pending status until they have an opportunity to read through it. So you have to be careful about what it is you're writing. Um, so, but thank you so very much, Dr. Bullock, and thank your son for us for just having this brain um, storm just come to realization. It changed his life, being behind bars and then coming out and just feeling like, and I liked the idea that when they got out, he made friends there, and they wanted to know how he's doing. So it's just extremely important. Um, for them to find out, hey, how you doing? And this is an amazing app. So we thank you and your family, and thank you, Kristen, for making us aware of it so that we could have Dr. Bullock on with us today. Um, so before we head out, if there's anyone that would like to present in the upcoming months, next month, February, I think then is February the 11th and March 11th and April the 8th. I'm going to reserve April for a legislative update, if that's okay with you, Kenny. Um, it might give you more time, and at the same time, you might get an idea of a better idea of how the bills are moving, if they, pass, and if it's been signed or vetoed or that sort of thing. Instead of using March might be a little bit too close. But
Whichever one. I think even because they're going to be introducing a whole lot of bills in the upcoming weeks.
Right.
And then, March 2nd, March 4th is crossover day. So it's
Right.
the last day for bills to get passed through out of their house of origination. And then,
Let's
shortly after
let's tentatively shoot for April. If you're available, and we can find out what um, how things have taken place during the legislative session, that would be very helpful for the justice reform and so forth. But if anyone would like to present in February or March, please let me know. You can let me know now, or if you can, you have my email address that I put on the chat, and let me know, some things going on in your program that you'd like everyone to know about. So again, Dr. Bullock, thank you so very much.
Thank you.
And I hope some of the organizations that are present today will take advantage of it, or if you just have loved ones that you want to get in touch with. If you have any problems finding out their DOC numbers, I can help you there, and Danica Brown can also assist as well. So. All right. Jonathan, do you have any announcements?
No, I'm good, sir. I'm just saying bye.
Okay. All right, everyone. You all
Bye-bye.
have a wonderful day, and hopefully we'll see you next month.
All right. Bye-bye.
We'll see you. Bye.
Bye.